Beneath the blood moon. In the small town of Ravenswood, legends spoke of a night when the moon turned crimson, casting an eerie glow over the land. This night, known as the blood moon, was said to awaken ancient spirits and unleash dark forces. The townsfolk warned their children to stay indoors, for it was a time when the veil between the living and the dead grew thin. 17-year-old Lila had always been fascinated by the tales surrounding the blood moon. As the date approached, she felt an inexplicable pull toward the forest that bordered her town. Ignoring the warnings, she decided to venture into the woods on the night of the blood moon, determined to uncover the truth behind the legends. As the sun set and the sky darkened, Lila made her way into the forest. The air was thick with anticipation, and a chill ran down her spine. The moon began to rise, casting a deep red hue over the landscape. Shadows danced among the trees, and the whispers of the wind seemed to call her name. "Is anyone there?" Lila called out, her voice trembling slightly. The only response was the rustling of leaves and the distant hoot of an owl. As she ventured deeper, she stumbled upon a clearing where the moonlight illuminated a circle of ancient stones, each etched with mysterious symbols. Drawn to the stones, Lila stepped into the circle, feeling a surge of energy pulse through her. The air crackled with magic, and she could sense the presence of something otherworldly. Suddenly, the ground trembled, and a figure emerged from the shadows. A tall, cloaked being with glowing eyes. "I am Nyx, the guardian of the blood moon," the figure said, its voice echoing like a distant thunder. "You have entered a sacred space, young seeker. What is it that you desire?" Lila hesitated, her heart racing. "I want to understand the truth behind the blood moon and the legends of this forest," she replied, her voice steadying. Nyx regarded her with a mixture of curiosity and caution. "The blood moon awakens the spirits of the past, and tonight, you have the chance to uncover their secrets. But be warned, not all spirits are benevolent. You must prove your worth to gain their knowledge." Lila felt a surge of determination. "Aces. I'm ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead," she declared. Nyx nodded, extending a hand. "Then let the trials begin. You're doing. You must retrieve 3 lost relics that hold the memories of the forest. Only then will the spirits reveal their truths." With Nyx as her guide, Lila set off into the depths of the forest. The whispers grew louder, guiding her toward a hidden grove filled with vibrant flowers and a shimmering pond. In the center of the pond floated a small, ornate box, its surface glistening in the moonlight. As Lila approached the water's edge, she felt a strange connection to the box. This must be the first relic," she whispered, reaching out to retrieve it. The moment her fingers touched the box, a vision flooded her mind. Images of the forest in its prime, filled with life and magic. With the first relic secured, Lila continued her journey, following Nyx deeper into the woods. The air grew colder, and the shadows seemed to stretch and twist around her. The whispers turned into soft cries, urging her to hurry. They arrived at a dark cave, its entrance shrouded in mist. "The second relic lies within," Nyx instructed. "But beware, for the cave is guarded by a spirit of sorrow." Taking a deep breath, Lila stepped inside, the darkness enveloping her. As she ventured deeper, she encountered a ghostly figure weeping by a stone altar. "Why do you weep?" Lila asked gently. The spirit looked up, its eyes filled with sadness. "I lost my way long ago, and my memories are trapped here." Lila felt a pang of empathy for the spirit. "I can help you find peace," she promised. "But first, I need the second relic." The spirit nodded, revealing a shimmering pendant that hung around its neck. "Take it, but remember, my sorrow is tied to the forest. You must honor it." As Lila took the pendant, she felt a wave of emotion wash over her. The spirit's sorrow intertwined with her own, and she vowed to carry its memory with her. "I will honor your pain and the history of this forest," she promised, feeling the weight of her responsibility. With the second relic in hand, Lila and Nyx continued their quest. The whispers grew more urgent, guiding them to a towering oak tree that stood alone in a clearing. Its bark was twisted and gnarled, and its branches reached out like skeletal fingers. "The final relic lies within the heart of this tree," Nyx explained, "but you must confront the darkness that resides there." Lila nodded, steeling herself for the challenge ahead. As she approached the tree, she felt a dark energy emanating from its core. Lila placed her hand on the tree, and a surge of energy coursed through her. Suddenly, shadows erupted from the trunk, taking the form of twisted creatures that lunged at her. "You cannot take what is ours," they hissed, their voices filled with malice. Drawing on the strength of the relics, Lila focused her energy and shouted, "I seek the truth, not to harm you." The shadows hesitated, and she felt the connection to the forest deepen. "I understand your pain. Let me help you find peace." As Lila spoke, the shadows began to waver, their forms flickering like candle flames. "You seek to understand, but we are bound by our grief," one shadow replied, its voice softer now. "Show us that you care for the forest, and we will relinquish the relic." Lila closed her eyes, envisioning the beauty of the forest and the memories of those who had come before her. "I promise to honor your stories and protect this land," she declared. The shadows slowly retreated, revealing a radiant crystal nestled within the tree's heart. With the final relic in hand, Lila felt a rush of energy and clarity of her hand. The relics began to glow, and the spirits of the forest emerged, surrounding her in a shimmering light. "You have proven your worth, young seeker," Nyx said, pride evident in their voice. "Now the spirits will share their truths with you." Visions flooded Lila's mind. Stories of the forest's history, the harmony that once existed, and the darkness that had threatened to consume it. She understood now that the blood moon was a time of reflection, a chance to honor the past and embrace the future. As the visions faded, Lila felt a sense of purpose wash over her. "I will share these stories with the people of Ravenswood," she vowed. "We must learn from the past to protect our future." The spirits nodded in agreement, their forms shimmering with gratitude. With the relics safely in her possession, Lila and Nyx made their way back to the circle of stones. The blood moon hung high in the sky, casting a warm glow over the forest. "You have done well, Lila," Nyx said. "The forest is forever changed because of your courage and compassion." As dawn broke, the crimson moon began to fade, and the first light of day illuminated the forest. Lila emerged from the woods, forever changed by her journey. She returned to Ravenswood, ready to share the truths she had uncovered and inspire others to respect and protect the natural world. The townsfolk listened in awe as Lila recounted her adventure, the legends of the blood moon now intertwined with her own story. Together, they vowed to honor the spirits of the forest and ensure that the magic of the blood moon would never be forgotten. The moral of Beneath the Blood Moon is that understanding and compassion can bridge the gap between the living and the spirits of the past. By honoring our history and the natural world, we can create a brighter future for ourselves and the generations to come. Questions for you. What do the relics represent in the context of understanding our past? Quote, how does Lila's journey reflect the importance of empathy and compassion? In what ways do the spirits of the forest serve as a reminder of our connection to nature? Quote, how can we learn to appreciate and protect our natural environments like Lila did? What does the blood moon symbolize in the narrative? And how does it relate to personal growth? How does the setting of Ravenswood contribute to the overall atmosphere of the story? Quote, what role does mentorship play in Lila's journey? And how can it influence our own lives? How can we apply the lessons learned from Lila's experience to our daily interactions with nature? What do you think the future holds for Lila and the town of Ravenswood after her revelations? How can we encourage others to respect and protect the natural world around them?